Hi guys, this is Skaggs and welcome to the channel. Now if you guys would like to see how I made these very easy, affordable, beautiful gold mirrors, then keep on watching. Now guys, I made this other gold mirror some time ago and it's really nice and it has this 3D look and effect. And if you guys want to see this one, it would be linked after this video in the description down below and right up here in the iCard. Now a full list of all the materials needed for this project would be found in the description down below. Now let's get started. Now to get started, we are going to be using these gold cupcake liners, and they're 48 in a pack and they're $1 a pack at Walmart. Now this is a great value because we only need one pack for our gold mirror. Now there are 3 stacks of these gold liners in the pack, and to make it easy, it's easier to just take one stack and we'll be cutting it in half, and we'll be doing this for all of the liners. Now if this is your first time here, consider subscribing. We have great videos like this, fashion videos and more every Thursday. Now once we have our halves, we'll be separating them into groups of 3s. Now this would make our project go a lot faster. Now we'll take our groups of 3s and we'll push it along this line. Now we'll push it in like this all the way around until we have a nice flat piece. Now we'll give it a pull like this and we'll separate the pieces, and we'll repeat this same process for all of our pieces. Now I took this 13-inch mirror and placed it onto the foam board. Now we're going to draw a circle around the 13-inch mirror. Now we'll take our measuring tape and we'll measure an extra 3.5 inch around our inner circle to make an outer circle. Now we'll use our X-Acto knife and we'll cut out our circle from our foam board. Now we'll be gluing our pieces onto the foam board like this. We'll have this side 1 inch up on the foam board, and we'll have this side right at the edge of the foam board. And this is how we'll be gluing on all of our pieces. Now for our second piece, we would overlap it and have it come up right to the edge of this pleat right here. And we'll make sure the other edge is right at the edge of the foam board. And we'll continue this all the way around. Now once we get back to the last one, we would raise the first one up and glue the last one in place so that we'll continue the same pattern all the way around. Now for the second row, we'll be gluing the pieces between these areas. Now we'll be gluing them, leaving about a 1/4 inch space on each side. Now we'll glue the second one and we'll overlap it a bit more than we've overlapped the first row, because we're going closer to the center and the center part is much narrower, so we have to go narrower to get to the center. Now we'll repeat this same process until we have all the rows that we need. Now once I had the 3 rows, I decided to use this Dollar Tree mirror instead. So I removed it from the frame and placed it onto the center of the cardboard and then traced around it. And once we raise up the mirror, we could mark in all the spaces that we missed. Now we'll continue filling in the space just as we did before. Now once we get to the last row, we would glue the last one above the line so that we would not be able to see the board behind it. So we're going to be gluing it here, and we're going to be turning the front piece above the line right here like this, and then we'll be gluing all the pieces just like this all the way around. Once we get to the last piece, we would raise the first piece up and we would glue the last piece underneath the first piece so that we have one continuous row. And now that we are finished, we would glue our mirror in place. Now as you could see, all the edges is underneath the mirror, and this is what we are going for. Now I'm using rubbing alcohol to clean the mirror, and I'll be using this flower mesh shape wrap, and I'll be gluing it around the edge of the mirror using E6000. Now there are 2 lines going between the diamond wrap, and I'll be cutting one line here and I'll be leaving this line attached. This will just make it easier to go around the mirror without any strain. Now once we have that, we could glue our flower mesh shape wrap into place. Now for the medium size gold mirror, I took the Dollar Tree frame and drew the circle around it. Then I drew a circle 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch wider on the outside edge. Now you could make your circle as big or as small as you would like it to be. Then we'll take our small Dollar Tree mirror and place it into the middle of our foam board and draw a circle around it. Now we'll repeat the same process that we did for the bigger mirror for this medium sized mirror, making sure we have 1 inch to the front and we have the back line up right here. Now for the center pieces, we want to push the middle in together like this. This will make sure that all of our ends are covered in the final finished product. Now we'll glue our small mirror into place. Now I left this in the video to show what would happen if you did not push the middle in together. This did not go up underneath the mirror like all of the other ones. So what I would do for this one, I would put a little bit of glue on the bottom piece and just stick this top piece to the bottom piece so that the edge would not be sticking out. Now for this medium gold mirror, I did not use the flower mesh shape wrap, I left it just like this. Now for the smallest mirror, the diameter of the foam board is 6.5 inches and the small mirror that I placed in the middle is 2 inches, and I would leave all the materials listed down below in the description. Now I repeated the same process for the small mirror as the 2 other mirrors. Now I left this in the video to show you guys that when we're gluing down the center pieces, we need to push the center in a lot because we need to have a very deep C-curve. This would help all of our ends to be underneath each other just like this. Now this is very important. It makes our project much neater in the final project. Now we'll be gluing the 2-inch mirror into place. Now I'll be using this E6000 glue and I'll be using this to glue down our flower mesh shape wrap onto the edge of the mirror. Now once I was finished with this, I used double-sided tape for the small, medium, and for the large mirror I used 4 double-sided tape and 1 command strip in the middle. Now to hang it on the wall, I raised the pieces up like this and pushed underneath it so that we wouldn't crush the pleats. Once I was finished, I just pushed the pleats back down, and I can't tell you guys just how beautiful these mirrors look on the wall. Every time I pass by this wall, I totally appreciate these mirrors, guys. And as always, guys, I would love to hear from you all in the comments section down below if this is something that you like and if it's something that you'd like to try out. Thanks for taking the time out to watch the video. You have a blessed and awesome day. Now if you like this video, you may also like these as well. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next one.